There we go, sir, down by the river. Quick, Watson, over here.
The trouble with you is you don't know when you've had enough.
I can't see for the damn fog. Yes, fog. Thick, swirling fog, cobbled streets and dark alleys. The London of Sherlock Holmes, Jack the Ripper, Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde. This is the London of 1,000 films. And of all the images of London in film, this is probably the most powerful, but it's not the only one. Come with me now to see the story of London on the cinema screen. Come, 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 come. Now, there are certain films set in London because it seems the director had something to say about the place. And there are other films that are set here where you get the feeling that the producers just fancied a spot of shopping at Burberry's and a stay at the Ritz. Trafalgar Square, please.
OK, Governor.
The best thing about London from a filmmaker's point of view is that it's littered with well-known landmarks. And for an audience that doesn't know the city, it's pretty comforting to see something you recognise. Especially if they've appeared in quite a number of films already. And the most popular of all these places is here, Westminster Bridge and Big Ben. Of course, there is one small snag in taking the scenic route from Piccadilly Circus to Trafalgar Square.
That'll be 1460, mate.
And while London has a great many landmarks eagerly waiting to be used to pinpoint the setting of a film, it also has a wealth of undiscovered locations.
This is a kind of sort of suburban area which no one would think of filming in, and yet I've lived here for sort of 7 or 8 years. And there are all these kind of corners which I think are very kind of cinematic, especially up on the platform.
Chris Pettit reckons a place like this could say a great deal more about London than Big Ben.
Well, when I was about 16 or 17, I used to come in on this line from Stanmore. And this station always signalled the start of the city. There's a building over to our right, a rather sort of spooky-looking apartment block, which I always thought was a great location for a horror film. And the other thing, I like the underground when it's still overground. And if films are about sounds as much as pictures, the trains, as they come through, make a great sound. There's the outside track for the fast train, and the rails make a kind of singing. And then there's sort of the slow track, and just the noise of the underground has always been very evocative. Today's not a very good day, but when you get a broken sky, I mean, it looks very dramatic. And I think that if you think of British cinema, it doesn't have a very kind of strong visual tradition, and you feel that most filmmakers don't actually look. They feel that the subject of cinema is the characters or the acting. And just walking around an area like this, I keep on coming across sort of constant locations for a movie.
Now that there are new filmmakers who want to show a special vision of London, it may not be long before others catch on to the rich array of images this city has to offer. Then perhaps the only time we'll see a swirling cape disappearing into the fog will be in the old movies on a Saturday afternoon. Good night to you all.